Hi everyone, today I wanted to talk about how we manage on one income and what we do to save money. I need to look down quite a bit, I'm afraid, because I've got quite a few things that I want to cover. The first thing for me is that I knew about 6 months previously that I was going to be leaving my job. So what we did was we started to behave as though we already only had one income. And so when I was paid, we put my money directly into the savings account and we didn't touch it. So we were already accustomed to living off one income, so that it wouldn't be such a shock when it actually happened. The second thing was that I took a really hard look at our expenditure. So we had quite a few direct debits, and quite a few of them were on auto renewal. So I cancelled all of those and made sure that I made a note of when they were due for renewal so that I could do a price comparison at that time. I phoned all the utility companies to check that we were on the cheapest tariff. And I did price comparisons and swapped, and that included our broadband, which was not a pain at all. I did it through Uswitch, and we didn't have any time when we weren't online, so that was worth doing. And in the end, the broadband deal that I had was where initially we paid nothing for 12 months, and I've kept it at nothing for the last 3 years because I've gone with Sky, where we pay for our line rental, telephone calls and broadband. The other thing is that on our mobile phones we made sure that we bought mobile phones. We've got iPhone 4, iPhone 5s more recently, so we've got older phones but we've got SIM only contracts, and we both pay about £4.99 a month, whereas previously we were paying £20 plus per month. And with that, we get free calls on both of our phones, so we don't use our landline at all. We don't pay anything for a landline and make all of our calls on our mobile phones. Also on expenditure, when we needed to change our car, we bought it wasn't a new car, it was about 2 years old. But we paid for it up front, so we don't have any ongoing car payments. It's all paid for. And really what we do is we don't buy new cars. We have older cars, we keep them going for as long as possible. The third big thing is budgeting. So lots of our money each month was going on our food shopping. So I immediately swapped supermarkets. This made a huge difference. We were paying about £120 a month for our food shopping, and that's gone down to about £80 a month. And that is everything. That is food, that is household cleaning supplies, that is all of our toiletries, that is everything altogether for about £80. Originally I used to shop in Sainsbury's or in Tesco, but I used to do it online. I used to spend quite a lot. But now I've swapped to mainly shopping in Lidl, and also shopping around other supermarkets for deals. With the food shopping, I also installed some apps on my iPhone which have helped. So those are CheckoutSmart, I've got Shopitize, I've also got the grocery section of Topcashback, and also ClickSnap, which is part of Quidco. Now, sometimes they are for money off, sometimes they are for free items. So I'll check that before I go shopping and see if there's anything that I can pick up for free and then claim them back. Also with food shopping, I started to do quite detailed meal planning, which I didn't really do before. So first of all, I'll go through and do an inventory of all my cupboards, my fridge and my freezer to see what meals that I can make. So I knew what I had, and I wasn't just buying more and more and then throwing food away. So that made a big difference. I think I'm probably going to do a separate video about meal planning at some point, because I do go into quite a lot of detail with it. Also, the big thing is I make everything from scratch, so I don't buy prepared foods, I don't buy prepared snacks, I make everything, and that saves an awful lot of money. The next thing is clothing. Basically, I don't buy anything. I don't buy anything new. So this was a big shift for me because I used to go out when I was working, I used to go out and treat myself and browse in the shops. I don't do that now. What I do is I buy clothes from charity shops. I buy clothes from the car boot sale. I'll buy clothes from eBay. I will gladly accept hand-me-downs for the kids or even for me. And that has been a huge shift really. So if we need something and we want something that's new, we'll either save up for it or we will ask for it as a birthday present or a Christmas present, you know, if it's a coat or something, a bigger item. But for the kids, I mean, they will often be in second-hand uniform and second-hand sports gear, because quite often they're very gently used, and then, you know, I can pick things up, you know, for £1, and it means when I go shopping to the shops and go and look round, I am immediately struck and I'm like, no, I'm not buying that, I'm not paying that for it. So it also just gives you a bit of a thrill when you can get something really cheaply, which you would normally pay, you know, £20-30 in the shops for. I mean, recently there's a charity shop near me which I think it must draw from quite affluent people, because I picked things up from Jules, Crew. I had a Bowden dress the other day, and it's brilliant. You know, if you can find a charity shop near you and which has some good quality stuff and you can just pop in there regularly, you'd be surprised at what you can get. DIY. That's a big one for us. Basically, I do everything. If there's anything I can't do, and I will draw the line at anything electrical, then I have friends and family who can do that for me, who have those skills. But otherwise, I'll do it myself. So I'll be asking friends and family or going on YouTube just to find out how to do plumbing, how to make things. And that makes a big difference. I don't pay people to come in and do things for me. No one comes in and does my garden. I wash my car myself. I don't pay anyone to do that. I wash the windows inside and out. I don't pay anyone to do that. And they're big things like that actually that add up. And if I can do that myself, that's lots of money that we save. Entertainment. That's a big one. I go online all the time to find free days out, whether they're, you know, local, we've got to travel a bit of a way. So we might do 3 days out to the beach, and we might be able to get a voucher and get 1 or 2 of the children in free somewhere. So that it's always worth keeping an eye on things like that, looking on Facebook to see whether you've got any vouchers come up. We joined the National Trust a few years ago, which is brilliant for, you know, cheap days out or even 3 days out, because you've paid for your entrance fee. And a lot of the National Trust places do brilliant kids activities now, and so I'm always keeping an eye out of what's going on, what we can get involved in for free. We don't go to the cinema, so if there's something that we want to see, then we'll either rent a DVD from the library, or for the kids, we'll take them to the kids club cinema at the weekends. We don't pay full price to go to the cinema. Something that we started doing recently is taking advantage of the fact that my son's got a Blue Peter badge. So he did a project a couple of years ago. He sent it in to Blue Peter and he was awarded a Blue Peter badge. And all of the process is online. It was quite easy. But one of the perks of it is that you get free entry to over 200 attractions in the UK, which is pretty amazing. So this summer, we're going to be making sure that we take advantage of that. I mean, my daughter is 5 and as soon as she's 6 we'll be making sure that she applies for her Blue Peter badge so that we can get her free into places as well. Finally, I have been looking at ways of bringing more money in myself. So ever since I was made redundant, I have been decluttering the house, and I have been doing the KonMari declutter of the house, and I've been selling as much as I can. So whether that be on eBay or on Facebook or on Gumtree, I have been selling items every week, and I sold a lot of things. In the run up to Christmas I made about £500, which helped pay for Christmas. And so things like that I can do from home. It doesn't eat into my time with the kids. I can do it when they're at school, but working out ways that I can bring a little bit of money in for the family. So those are the things that we have done as a family to save money and maintain our lifestyle as a stay-at-home mum. I think that I've been very lucky. I mean, taking these sort of thrifty tips, I've managed to, carry on at home. I've managed to carry on doing the mum role that I wanted to do. When I worked full-time and then part-time, I felt so guilty all the time because I couldn't always do the things that I wanted to do with my kids. I couldn't always go to activities and productions at the school, pick them up, and now I can do all of those things. And just being really careful with money means that we can put a little bit of money aside and we can go on holiday. It's things like that I get to play the mum role that I always wanted to, but we also get to have the best of both worlds, because if I can bring a bit of money in as well, then it works for all of us. So anyway, I hope that those tips can help somebody out there if you're thinking of leaving your job, or if you know that you're going to be made redundant. Then if you are really careful with your money, if you can have a bit of a shift in your thinking with every penny that you spend, then you can do it. You can be a stay-at-home mum. So I hope it's helped somebody, and if you have liked this video, then give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye everyone.